Hello everyone and welcome back to SIG Blender. In the last tutorial we created the armature for this little character here. If we go into pose mode with the armature selected, we can move around the IK bones, control him as we will. So I was excited. I scaled him down and moved him onto the land just to have him be in the scene. Before he was kind of huge, chilling right in the middle, so he's all good and well where he is now. And in this tutorial we're going to finally be working on the color of the image. We're going to be using this tab here for the first time, the materials tab, to give a material to each and every one of these faces. Give the scene color and start wrapping things up. So, to see what the color is right now, we can either go to material, which you can see it's all white, or rendered. So here's a mini rendered version of our scene. I apologize if I lag here. Rendering, especially like this, is a very computation heavy task, and a lot of computers lag with it even without recording. So with this recording it'll probably be going at 2 frames per second, but I hope that doesn't bother you. Anyway, you can see at this point everything is all just the same color, white. We have this sun as our light, which basically just shines light across the entire scene, which is why there's a huge cast of shadow right over where the clouds are. And we're going to start changing that around. So I think we can start with the ground. If we go over to this tab here and hit new, see we have this material. I'm actually going to use this this timeline key here to change it into a node editor. Like I said before in the very first tutorial, all of these windows are changeable. I'm actually going to, if you did what I said to do at the beginning tutorial and get rid of the timeline, you can create one by doing that and then making it a node editor. There we go. So nodes are kind of programming for artists for things like materials and compositing. It's a cycles specific kind of thing, and it allows you to create these pretty complicated materials and textures for objects, and it's very useful. We won't be using it too much in this tutorial, as we're basically just going to be throwing color onto objects, like so. If we just change the color of this diffuse, which is just basic color kind of throw on, it's diffusing the color across the object. We can change the color of it. In future tutorials, I'm going to be going over my different techniques for complicated materials, like my cel-shading and the principal BSDF, which is one of the most insane innovations of Blender in recent years. It's very cool stuff, but unfortunately for this being a tutorial, we're going to stick with some pretty basic stuff, kind of just throwing the colors on as you see here. So, you can see this ground is now green. If we hit new material and made this diffuse green, you can also see that down here. I'm just going to rename this to be ground. Alright. So, we got to color all the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to select the tree, hit new, make it like a nice brown, call that tree. For the umbrella, we want it to be a couple different colors. I want the handle, the stick, and the actual cloth bit to be 3 different colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it all, hit new. I'm going to make this one blue. That'll be the, so this will be the top color. And now we want to select all the faces we want to change to be the gray handle. So I'm going to hit Z to go into wireframe, B box select all of those. In addition, I remember I made these guys up here. I'll just grab them real quick. Actually, which ones are in view? I don't really have to change the ones in view, don't I? Alright, that looks good. Right? I'm going to just make sure. I think they're good. Yeah, we got all of them. Alright, So we're gonna hit boom, new, assign those, and then if we go into material view, you can see that that's now a different color. We'll make that like a nice gray. And then for the bottom, I think I'm gonna make it a darker gray, like so. Material view. Oh, we gotta assign it, and there we go. Free colored umbrella, right at our fingertips. All right. So we've done all that. Now you remember for the sky, I want the clouds to be a color, the poofs to be a color, and that's pretty easy. Just do that. But the sky I want to be invisible. So we're gonna select the sky, hit new. Instead of views, we're going to click that and delete it. And we're going to add, it's under shader, a transparent BSDF. So now, if I go into camera view, you can see if I don't plug this in and there's no shader and I render it out, you can see all the black where this platform is. And if once I hit transparent, boom, it disappears right before your very eyes. Blender magic, everyone. Alright. Now, for the building, this one's going to be exciting. I think I'll make it just a nice dark gray. Something like that. And now the windows are something else. I actually messed up in a earlier recording and applied all these modifiers. So I'm going to have to select all of the windows individually. But I want the actual window bits to emit a yellow light, while the edges don't. So I'll do it on this one first. I didn't actually apply this. So we're going to select it all, make a new, make that like a reddish brown, I guess. Maybe just like a bluish gray. That's going to be the normal window color. And then the glowing ones are going to be these 4 panels. Whoa. Let's use that one. Alright, assign that. So you can see that's that material. I'm going to change it from a diffuse to be an emission. So now if we go into, we'll make these yellow. Go into rendered, you can see they're kind of shining out a little bit of light. If I turn that emission like 20, you can see that light is actually now shining into the scene. Maybe like 15, maybe 10. Depends like what we want about. We'll change that color so it's actually glowing like an actual yellow, what we wanted. I think I'm going to change these windows to be more like brown, just so you see them. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Now it's time for my long and arduous task of applying those same materials across all of these. You can actually, I'm going to get rid of that material. You can load up previous materials by going like that. I'm going to name these so I can use them again. I'll call this window and window light. So we'll go to window, and then for these we're going to, of course it's left ortho. If I hit, I think it's 6, no, 8, no, I don't remember the hotkey. One of the hotkeys is to go into right ortho or left ortho, which is what we need to look at this. I don't have it, so I'm going to just select all these. Fast forward through this and cut. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just talk to you. How are you guys doing? Hope these blends have been good. I finally planned out this tutorial to the end, and it's looking like it's pretty good, the final render. We're going to have some nice fog, some nice glow from these lights. We're going to have some rain falling down. The fog is really going to help with the depth of field, and I think it overall turned out to be a really good render. The hardest part was definitely that character creation, especially because it's so hard to teach. Ooh. It's really just a lot of intuition for character creation, especially the low level kind that I just did where I was just making every little face. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the characters that were made aren't really that good, but that's not your fault. It's just a hard process to get. Anyway, finally got all of them. And this one is called window light, yeah? Okay. Window light. Bada boom, it rendered. You can see they are shining bright. You don't want to shine them a little brighter. Turn them up to like 20 again. I want to see their glow a little more. More passionate yellow, a little better hue. Okay. So the final thing we have to model or materialize is our little dude right here. So we'll select the object. He's still mirrored. Would you look at that? How exciting. Alright, so what colors do we need? Oh my god. Someone's zooming. Someone's zooming through Newark. Alright, that'll be a skin color, I guess. It's a little off, but what are you gonna do? I want to select his like upper body for the shirt. Something like that. Something like that. Yep. New. Just like a greenish, dark greenish. Not dark. The dark greenish is the floor. I'll make this like a dark. Oh yeah, look at that. Hottie. Okay. And it's time. Look at material to see what isn't in the shirt. Make sure you don't accidentally select some faces you don't mean to. You want to select precisely the faces that you want to make the material, which are those, as well as these. Alright, let's give the man some jeans. Make this color like a dark bluish, I'm thinking. Alright, and finally the feet, which will make shoes, which will make kind of dark. Oh, I should not have hit rendered. I made a mistake. Rendering 4 screens is even worse than rendering 1. Alright. He has color. So. Now everything I've seen is color. I'm going to change his skin actually a little bit. He looks too much like the windows. Make him a little more. Yeah. Alright. So one thing I want to do is because this is a rainy scene, it's not going to be that bright. And the sun is a lot of light. So what I'm thinking of doing is I think our source of light in the scene is going to be a little lamp. Like right next to this tree. So I'm going to click right where I want it to be. Create a point light. Move it over a bit, move it down a bit. Hit rendered again. See, it's very right near the tree because it's strength 100. I'll move that down to strength 50. Move it further away from the tree. Alright. And then we can turn down the strength of this background so it's a little more moody, a little more nighttime. I think this scene is looking pretty freaking good. Yep. I like it. So, that's all that we're going to be doing for materializing. Next scene, next time, I guess. We're going to do some finishing touches, put everything in its place, make sure everything's looking as it should be. I think I had got rid of the subsurf on this. I'm also going to flatten that out. I decided to go for this low poly look for this tutorial. Thought it would be best. So yeah, next scene, or next time, we're going to be playing with putting everything in its final spot, making the final assets we need, and then we're going to render, and then after we make the render, we're going to do some compositing, do some After Effects in the end to really put this scene together, put some fog in the background so you don't see this horizon as horrifically as you do now. This won't be nearly as visible. Until then, I'll see you later.